What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B-High Radio shouting. Hey, man, I got a friend and family member to the show off in this thing. Pimpin Ken, what's good with it, boss?
Hey, what's good, man? Just trying to promote that Boosie book across the track. We got Ice T book right there. Split Decisions, man, so we on the book run, but you know, we had to double back and come back and holler at you, man.
Exactly.
Because I know you had a phone conversation with me. You said you wanted to clear up some things.
Yeah, man, I'm over here trying to enjoy my YouTube. I'm looking at Boss Talk 101, and I see, well, you had some confusion with Vlad, man. What was that all about, Ken?
Well, actually, wasn't no confusion. Vlad and I, we had done business before with the Tiger Wood. It did like extremely high numbers on YouTube. So, you know, it did like maybe almost 10 million.
My God.
You know, so we had a relationship, and the last time I talked to Vlad, it was with Grady. We had the movie we did called Trust Nobody, Steve Love and I, you know, which my son is also in that movie as well, Kenny Ivey Jr. So while I seen him on the monitor, I said, "What's up, Vlad?" Then I called him and I asked him, I said, "What's up with the interview? You know, let's make history again." He said, I got you. I got a busy schedule. So I was cool with that. You know, it's been like 15 years since we did an interview, so I had no problem with Vlad at all. So, but what alarmed me was when he was talking to Boosie, he told Boosie, you know, I heard Pimpin Ken claims. When he said claims, that's like, you know, I'm claiming something, right? So that kind of rubbed me the wrong way because I just talked to him 6 months prior. And I was like, wow, you know, I told him, I said, let's get an interview in. So I figured if he wanted to ask about the Pimp C tape, he could have asked me. But, you know, it's not no problem with Vlad. You know, I mean, Vlad, you know, he's doing his thing. You know, we appreciate Vlad. We appreciate what he's doing for the culture. You know, a lot of my friends, you know, is associated with Vlad. So, you know, like I said, I don't have no problems with him, or, you know, we ain't trying to do that. It's just that, you know, when I seen him doing it, it would just rub me the wrong way, and I was kind of like pretty much trying to tell him, like, man, come talk to me. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk to me. And the main thing was that Boosie and I have business. As you can see, we was here together on your show just recently, which went viral.
Crazy.
You know, boy, you doing your thing.
Appreciate
you know what I'm saying? So, you know, so
Yeah.
Boosie, you know, we had business together. Like, you know, I mean, we had 6 figures deals. You know, we got to make this money back. You know,
That's
I mean,
right.
we got to. You know, I don't want Boosie and I to be at odds. So I was kind of offended by that part. You know, but it wasn't really no major issue or nothing like that. You know, I would have said the same thing to Gilly the Kid. I would have said the same thing to Off the Breakfast Club, to Nuri, to you know, $1 Million Worth of Gang. You know, if I felt that somebody was saying something that they needed to know about me, they could have asked me. I would have said the same thing. It wasn't that I just picked Vlad. Vlad basically threw me an alley-oop, and that's how we got to the Vlad situation. And that's when my man Cash called me, and, you know, he had a few things to say. He probably could tell you himself.
Cash, what the hell was going on, man?
Man, you know, I just felt like my coach was being targeted, you know what I'm saying? We got Phil Jackson, man. We're a team, you know what I'm saying? And we family-oriented.
Yeah.
So whenever somebody speak on your fam in the wrong way, you kind of want to take up for them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I owe that loyalty to Ken, you know what I'm saying? He the reason that got me out of East St. Louis to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? He done had me open up for big name artists, Pastor Troy, Boosie.
Yes, sir.
So many names, Young Dro, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He really put down out here, you know what I'm saying? And we gotta have his back. I gotta have his back like he got mine. You know, we've been all over the world on the road together, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like I had to stick up for him. If ain't nobody else gonna say nothing, I am.
You ain't never just call him and see what the hell was going on?
Well, I called him the one time.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, you know, I'm a realist, right? You know, I understand that he have a lot of people on his show, and these people he have on his show don't have near the traction that I have. You know what I mean? I've been out here for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, I got over almost close to 1 billion views with my name or my picture or something about me on there.
Yeah.
The PIMP video I'm on there said, Pimpin Ken said, don't down and cry. That's 600 million.
My God.
So, you know, I mean, I'm very relevant. You know what I mean? I deal with, you know, and then, you know, the main thing that I want to talk to Vlad and Gilly the Kid and, you know, all the other podcasts, you know, Charlamagne, all of them about, and Nori was, you know, the hip hop fraternity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's culture. You know, here we creating a beautiful thing in our culture. You know, we starting and we bringing African Americans together. You know, Cash is a vice lord. Boogeyman is a gangster. You know what I'm saying? These, Chaney was a blood, and Claybo is a Crip, and I got them all under one umbrella. So I thought that they would be appraised. I mean, they would be happy to see this type of movement. So that's all I was saying. It was like nothing that I got an issue with Bly, but I didn't call him because he asked Boosie that question. I thought, me being from the streets, I did a lot of time in penitentiary, we take shit personal, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I look at this shit like on some gangster shit, like, nigga, why you mention my name? You know what I'm saying? Don't mention my name. That's just like if I tell somebody, hey man, is Beehive official? Is he really a podcaster? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, do that. And then if I did, I ask you. So, you know what I'm saying? That was what it was. It was just me, reacting the way I react to street shit. You know what I'm saying? And then, you see about 25 to, I got 100 videos of my members saying, Vlad, get it right. Niggas from Chicago, my man from Chicago, my brother, Bonds out of New York, you know what I'm saying? Him out of St. Louis. So they came from all over telling him, man, get it right. You know what I'm saying? Ken, he our man. Ken, he looks out for us. So, that's just, how the gang crumbled. And these people did this because they wanted to. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Once they seen Cash make that move, everybody made the move. You know what I mean? I could have got real deep with it. I could have had, 1,000 people to say that. But, we ain't trying to go there. We want to be peaceful. We're a peaceful organization. Our core values is love, peace, and respect. So we try to keep that, under our umbrella. We try to follow our principles.
Absolutely.
I'm just glad that y'all was able to find some kind of peace and clarity in this situation too, though, man. Because things can get ugly, things can get wild, man. But I mean, as long as we working together,
no, man.
You gotta look at it. You gotta look at what he did for the hip hop community, though, with building this hip hop fraternity and us being in 14 different states. You know what I'm saying? He is part of the culture. Yeah. So you gotta have the culture a part of the mix.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? Like with records like Brick by Brick and my album Ill State of Mind, that man did that without no money coming out of his pocket. He ain't charged me or nothing. So I'm like, man, I got his back.
Come on.
But if Ken say, you good, Vlad? We love you, Vlad.
Yeah, Vlad good, man.
He's
he good.
Vlad good.
Because you talked to me and you told me that you and Vlad was cool. So what I'm saying, I respect your opinion. And you know what I'm saying, I'm glad that you can
mediate some things.
Mediate that situation. And like I said, if I said anything that was offensive, I apologize.
How much hell was you raising around this thing, Ken?
Well, man, I did the one thing, Boss Talk, where I told you I talk shit about 50 and all them niggas and shit back in the day. Them niggas was trying to kill me. I had to take a pistol from a nigga and pistol with him, man. So, them niggas really was trying to kill me. So, you know what I'm saying? But, I called them niggas and I talked to them niggas and, at the time I was kind of hot. You know what I'm saying? Because I was promoting the game, you know what I'm saying? I was getting thousands and thousands of dollars, for talking about the ism, you know what I'm saying? And Nelly mentioned me in his album, 50 Cent mentioned me in his album, Pastor, what's his name? Project Pat. Yeah. Everybody was mentioning my name, you know what I'm saying? So I was winning with the game, and then they started doing this thing, it ain't tricking if you got it, and I kind of got offended. And I went out there and now, seriously, man, nigga up the pistol on me, and I had to take the pistol from the nigga in Houston, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Nigga tried to literally kill me. So I learned my lesson not to go wild, but you know what I'm saying? I haven't done it in a long time, but when Vlad said it, I seen that old me. Because, I'm from the east side of Milwaukee. So we with all the shit. You know what I'm saying? All them niggas will tell you, we with that shit. So, you know what I mean? But all my nephews, my sons, they with the shit. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna let nothing happen to their daddy.
Come on,
you know
now.
What I mean? They will handle their business by me. And, like I said, Ike Taylor, Dagwood, Gov, those some bosses. Those my family. You know what I'm saying? So people that's high in that shit are family of mine. You know what I'm saying? So, and shout out to my cousin Dagwood, DJ Dagwood. He doing real, real big. You know what I'm saying? Ike Taylor's son. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, these are my family members. You know what I'm saying? So I'm connected and I'm tied to a lot of shit. So, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like I'm scared of shit or I'm running from shit. And then, them niggas, you know what I'm saying, that sent them niggas at me, they'll tell you Ken ain't no bitch neither. I took a pistol from the nigga, pistol whooped, only reason I kill him because we was in motherfucking Dallas, Texas. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we was in Houston, Texas. So, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I'm a tough guy, but what I'm saying, I ain't running from shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want no shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I might have, kind of acted a little, because I'm getting too old for this shit. You know what I'm saying? I might have reacted a little bit too fast with Vlad, and I apologize, man, because, that shit in me, man. Like, it's in me, like, for real. Like, For real, you know what I'm saying? You know,
I ain't
and
mad
so
at you.
I got to control myself because I'm in corporate America now.
That's
you know,
right.
I'm doing millions of dollars worth of deals. You know what I'm saying? You see the two book, the Ice T book, and Ice. You know, Ice would be really upset with me if I go backwards after all the gain that he done gave me on corporate America.
Come on.
You know, and then Boosie, you know, he we both can't be crazy. Boosie already crazy. You know what I'm saying? Me and Boosie crazy together. They ain't gonna sell no books.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so.
But how do you feel seeing these books flying off the shelf though, too?
Yeah,
Ken?
Boosie #1. I mean, Ice T was #1, and Boosie #2 in the country. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think that it's thanks to people like yourself, and I think that anybody that want to, you know, promote their product, they need to come, if they really big or whatever, you know, they need to start coming to your show because it was because of your show that everybody went and purchased the book.
It's crazy right there,
Oh,
man. I
it's
appreciate the
dope.
love,
I
kids.
appreciate it.
I appreciate
Big
it.
HHF
Yes, sir.
love.
Thank you. I mean, that book was off the damn chain too, man. Y'all, that was a work of art that y'all put together. Now, Ken, I mean, you got some ladies in the building with you, brethren. Some beautiful ladies.
Yeah, man. I got Candy, SoCandy, and I got H2O, Hard to Obtain.
All right,
and
now.
they the mega stars of the hip hop fraternity. We have mega stars, all stars, and we have members. And you know, they the one that proved themselves to be worthy of my, you know, extra attention and my management and so on and so forth. Because I'm really not a manager, but in their case, I'm making an exception.
I ain't mad at that. Where did you find them?
Well, H2O, she's been around for a minute. You know, I seen her at my man OG Hood Rich Spot, and you know, I seen her there with her brother and her sister-in-law. And you know, I just spoke. You know, we spoke. My brother Marvin, you know, he was like, "Man, she can rap. You know, you need to holler at her, right?" And you know, me at the time, you know, I'm just starting hip hop fraternity, so I'm pretty much getting it from everywhere. Everybody can rap at that time. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting like a million rappers. Sign me, Unc, sign me, Unc. So, you know, I didn't really, you know, pay no attention to her, you know, and she would come around periodically. I would see her in the building, but, you know, we really never spoke or never really made that connection. And then I finally seen her perform. I said, wow, she's pretty well. She's pretty good. So, you know, we eventually, over a period of time, developed a relationship. And once we developed a relationship, I said, you know, you need to start coming more often. You need to start making your meetings, you know what I'm saying? So I would get on her case. And, you know, every time she would come, she would electrify the crowd. And, you know, she's a very electrifying performer. So, you know, that was one of the things that I liked about her, that she was able to, you know, give a stellar performance every time. And so that being said, you know, I told her, you know, once people begin to dissipate and move around, and you know how organization is, you know, you start with people, then people leave. I said, you know, here's your opportunity to show yourself, you know, as being worthy of one of the mega stars on the female side. I said, you know, we need a female to stand up for us and, you know, to represent us. And, you know, she was one of the people that stepped up to the plate.
I can dig it. What about Candy?
Oh, Candy, basically she came through the brother that you interviewed before, PB Pluto. So she came, when she came, you know, everybody like, who she thinks she is? You know what I'm saying? And the girls was like, she thinks she pretty. You know what I'm saying? They was just talking shit.
That she is.
They was talking shit about her, you know, and that's what see, they don't know, that's what get my attention.
Yeah.
But all of them started talking shit about her. That made me like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she might be the one. You know what I'm saying? She might be the one that, you know, that get the attention that we need to help build this organization.
Yeah.
So, you know, we didn't talk, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we just basically, you know, gave each other a dab. And then PB Pluto asked, I said, well, who was that? He said, well, you know, here's her Instagram. So when you post her, make sure you tag her. So I tagged her, and she said thanks. And, you know, I just kept sending her videos every time, like I do everybody. It's not just her, everybody.
Oh yeah, he gonna flood that
So
DM.
finally she said, man, what is this you sending me, man? So I said, I'm sending you what we doing. That's what I'm sending you.
Tapping
this is
you
what's happening.
in. Tapping
I'm trying to show you what's popping with the HHF.
Yeah.
Right.
So she finally called me on the HHF, on the Instagram, FaceTime, and said, look, man, you know, I kind of like what you guys got going on. I said, well, cool. I said, well, you know, you need to come on, you know, and join us. You know, I said, I think you'll be a great fit for the organization. I said, I think you'll be a great leading indicator, you know, for our female artists. You know what I'm saying? We got H2O and you know, and that'll be perfect. You know, I said, we got PB Pluto, Ricky Rich. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. I want the duo, you know what I'm saying? So So she was like, I'll try it, you know what I'm saying, man? So she came and, you know, did a couple things with us, and then she was like, man, you guys is official, you know, and then, you know, she was fortunate enough to come in on a hiatus where we was doing pretty well, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, she said, this is where I feel I want to be in my career because, you know, she gonna tell you about her story. You know, she'd invested hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars and lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. She talked about it in other podcasts, so she's definitely gonna tell you about it.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was like, well, you know, here we don't charge. She said, you don't charge? I said, no, we don't charge. She said, so I don't owe you no money? I said, no. I said, you know, we a family. We the HHF, we the hip hop fraternity. You know, we do things like this. And she was amazed and appalled. And then when she was waiting for me to ask her for some money to run some game on her. So when she didn't see the game, after a couple, you know, appearances, and then her friend PB Pluto got shot too, man. You know, he'll
recently.
Yeah, he got shot in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Whoa.
In the head.
Whoa.
Alive.
Alive. He's alive. He was talking to me while he was in the hospital. That dude, I told him, I'm gonna call you Bullet Head for now. Yeah, but he got shot in the head. You know, that's our vice president. So they best friends. So I pretty much kind of got the relationship between now, and he pretty much bigged me up to her, told her, you know, man, Ken, cool, you know, and that's how we was able to, you know, get her a part of the program. And now that, you know, you can see she's also part of the marketing, you know, because, you know, we want, you know, talented people in our team.
H2O, Candy, talk to me about y'all music. What was it that made both of y'all get started into the game, and what is it that y'all trying to bring to it?
Yeah.
Good question. Great question.
Crank it up, H2O.
You can go first if you like.
Okay, so for me, it was, I first started off as a young girl. I was 7 years old, and I was watching music videos of Sierra and Britney Spears and Beyonce, and I really didn't even want to be a rapper at first. It was more so like, oh, I want to be a pop star. I want to, you know, be an entertainer and on the stage, the dancers and all that kind of fun stuff. And that was like my big thing. And so once I got, you know, kind of grew into myself, you know, and started loving hip hop, that's when, you know, I got in the studio and I started rapping, and that's where my hip hop side came from. You know, I still love pop music, you know, I still love R&B music, but for me, hip hop and rap, that's just where I can express myself the most. I say things in my verses that I would never say in a conversation. You know what I mean? And it's just a great way for me to express myself.
The alter
you know?
ego.
Yeah, it's like my alter ego.
Exactly.
Like
I totally understand.
I'm Candace, but when I get in the studio, that's SoCandy. Like it's a totally different person. You know,
you're able to be that naughty side. Without anybody looking at you like, you know, because it fits the agenda, right? Yeah.
H2O, what was it that made you get into this rap game, though? Talk to me.
So I'm originally from Boston.
Okay.
I started out. I'm gonna be honest. I was born into the rap game. My father, my uncle, they were rappers. You know, the story of the family is, and you know, I only got it from like the elderly. You know, that rappers, that hip hop, the hippity. My uncles and them sold them that song.
My God.
And they made history on it. They sold them that song for $1,000, something real petty back then. Back then it was money though. You know. And they end up making history. So that's the, you know, that's the elderly, you know. You know, your father and them, you know how that goes. Your dad and them had it, you know. So you got that little limbo. But I started out as a dancer, to be honest. I was a little girl. I used to perform at the Strand Theater in Boston, doing ballet and performing with the Nutcracker. So I started out just on stage always. And that's why you spoke on that earlier. That's my strong suit. I've always... When I get on stage, it's like a whole nother, it's like that is my therapy, you know? Creating is my therapy.
That's right.
So the art of creating and then getting out there and being able to leave it, it's like everything I'm dealing with. So I started out real young, 5 years old. As far as the rapping, like I said, it was in, my uncles and them had turntables all in the basement, and you know what I'm saying? They had all that stuff, so it was just natural for me, you know? I wrote poems, and then when I got down here, when I moved down here, I was young, like 12 or something, and I ran away, went to the west side and bought a home, and that's where it took off. We're going to stop right there. I know you're going to have some other questions.
Exactly. What schools was you going to on that west side?
Well, I didn't. Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest. I kind of was like, forget school. I'm doing music. Mom and them was like, do school. I left Avondale High like, phew, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
Thinking
you.
I was, you know. So I was at 321 on MLK with Shorty when he was hosting. And I was too young, way too young to be in the club. Like, the whole club could have been shut down. Shut down. You know what I'm saying?
Answer me this though, H2O,
So-
and I'm gonna ask Candy the same thing. When it comes to your music and the messages that you want to put in it, though, what is it that you want your audience to get from your music?
My pain, my struggle, my success, my happiness, it's all emotion for me. It's all emotion. I put all energy in it, so I want them to feel that energy as I don't want it to be a one thing. I want it to be a roller coaster ride. You know, from this I get this, but when I hear this, it motivates me. And when I hear this, I think about being a better mother to my kids and da 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 da. When I hear this, you know, I just want them to take from it what applies positive. Because I at the end of the day, my music, I pretty much speak on, you know, I don't have one lane. So I got stuff that talks about, you know, to now and makes you think and makes you reflect. So just take from it whatever applies and positive, whatever makes you feel good. That's what music is about. It's about feeling good. When we was the slaves, they did music to feel good. They had to get through that struggle. You know
I'm with you. I'm with you.
That's what it's for me. That's what it is. It's therapy.
Get in here, Candy. How you feeling?
Yeah.
What is it that makes you do this music, and what do you want your audience to take from it?
So for me, I am a firm believer in woman empowerment. So when it comes to my music, I want women to feel empowered. I talk about things that I've actually experienced in my life, you know? Like, that's all my music is about. Any verse or rap that you hear me rap is something that is really happened.
That's right.
So, you know, I talk a lot about bossy stuff, money,
Boss
and
it.
you know, just I talk about sexual things, you know, things like that. But at the end of the day, I want women to feel empowered when they listen to me. I want them to feel like they can do whatever they put their minds to, regardless of whatever. You know, we're in the music industry, and this is, when people ask me like who's my favorite artist, my answer to that question is any woman that's doing her thing. Cool. Because like it's really hard out here for us.
It is.
Yeah.
So you know when I'm doing my music, and just not even the music industry, just corporate America for women, and you know, in general, like it's very hard for us. And then not only that, black women as well. So you know, I think my music is just speaking out to all women, black, white, alien, whatever you are, you know, just if you're doing your thing, keep doing it, regardless of any obstacle that comes your way.
Creative process when you get in that studio. How are you coming up with these hits?
Yeah, so my creative process, I'll hear a beat, or I'll get in a studio and I'll have like my producer Mingo or my producer John Wells, and we'll get in the studio, they'll make up a beat, and you know, whatever vibe I feel, I might just start humming something, you know, and then come up with a hook. And you know, for me, the hook's the hardest part for me. The verses come no problem, but you know, the hook is the one that stands out.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah. So, you know, that's just what it is. You know,
true.
that's my creative process, and then once you know the verses are written, I'll get in the studio and then just.
But how do you decide if you're gonna give it something for the females, or you gonna be on your player shit, or you gonna be on your conscious stuff? How do you know before you get in that booth what's about to come out?
I think all of it's for the females, though. Regardless if it's sexual, if it's conscious, if it's, you know, bossy. I think all of it is for the females. I think every female can relate to my story in her own way. So, I mean, it's really just what is happening to me in my life at that moment, and that's what's going to regurgitate into my artistry, into my creative process.
I'm here for that. H2O, when you getting in that booth, how are you making those hits, sis?
I create before I get in the booth.
Okay, now.
So I can be in the kitchen. I cook. Like I said, it's therapy. While I'm cooking, doing therapy, I might be thinking of something. A lot of times I'm on the highway and I hear something that somebody else said, and I'm like, yo, that is a dope concept to branch off of, and I might take that concept and just roll with it. I'll be like, listen, I need a beat. So then I'll tap in with my producers, and I'll be like, I'm a person, I don't do the YouTube beat, so I gotta have it made, I don't like that. That's teasing me. Don't tease me. Yeah, so and then that's how I do it. By the time I hit the booth, I already then created, so I know how it is to waste money in that, or you're in there trying to write. But so the creation for me starts way before the booth. It can start, like I said, in the kitchen on the highway. It's just weird. It's random.
HHF linking up with Pimpin Ken.
Yes.
What kind of game has Ken been laying on y'all, man?
A whole lot.
Talk to me.
I would say one thing he said. One thing he said to me that sticks like glue, and it applies so much. And when it comes around, I hear him saying, I'll be like, you're right. He said, don't expect nothing from these people, inspect these people. And I was like, you know what? Because one day we was talking about, just how, how sometimes you feel like because something like this, or because you give off this certain energy, you would think that people would receive it and reciprocate it back the same way, and it don't go like that. Yeah. So as I'm sitting there talking to you, when he said that, it kind of shut me up. And then I was like, you know what? I'm done. You right. You know what I'm saying? It was one of the things like, so I don't even know. It applies to a lot of things, even when I deal with my family, you know? So I'll be like looking at them like, you know what? I can't expect nothing. I can't expect y'all to be no way. At the end of the day, you're a regular, imperfect human,
Come on.
So I just got to deal with it, deal with you like that. Because the minute I start, then your feelings get involved. Then it gets personal. Then you feel like it's you. Mm-hmm. It's not me. It's really you. But I'm just going,
We gonna work it out.
We gonna work it out.
What about you, Candy?
So working with Ken Ivy has been, and it's been an incredible experience.
Okay.
Ken is just from how long I've known him, which hasn't really even been long. I've learned so much about this man, coming from the game that he comes from and coming from the streets. He always says, people always say Ken Ivy, period. People never say Ken Ivy, comma, businessman, HHF founder, like all these different things about him, like nobody ever says that. And they always think of Ken Ivy and they put him in a box, just one thing about him. And, putting somebody in the box like that and coming where he comes from, you would never, unless you're around him, unless you have these conversations with him every day, you'll never know how smart this man is. He's incredibly intelligent. And there's so many things every single day that I'm around him. I learn so much from him. And, I've never been in a situation, like whenever I'm in a situation, whether it's like a deal or management or whatever, I always feel like I'm babysitting the people that I'm working with. Yeah. And with Ken, it's like, shit, you gotta get up, you gotta get going, you know what I mean? And it's just completely different with him, He's a true hustler, and it's crazy, and he doesn't care about, he cares so much about his artist, and he cares so much about his organization, and he'll just watching the things he does makes me want to get up and do more. He'll go in the club, we'll be in Dallas, he'll go in the club and sell 150 DVDs, just chilling, you know what I'm saying?
That's
and it's like he's a hustler.
I got one for sale now.
He's a hustler, and that's so cool to see, and it makes me want to work so much harder just being around him, you know. And then plus, he be talking that funny shit. He be talking that shit. And he does it, and so I pick up stuff. But that's like literally, he'll say shit, and I'm like, that's about to be in my verse, So you just pick up on so many things when you're around him.
Ken, HHF, being able to help out so many young folks and grown folks alike. What has that been like for you, man?
Well, it's all relative. You know what I'm saying? I always say, giving, or giving somebody something is not a gift that you give to yourself. A gift that you give to them is a gift you give to yourself, because in the process of giving, you get. The Bible says, the more you give, the more you get. So a lot of times, it's the energy that you're pouring out, that the energy that you receive. So a lot of times when I think that I'm doing something heroic, or I'm doing something, that's admirable, admirable. I think I'm doing the right thing, but in reality, I'm drawing energy towards me. So, for example, me and Steve-O was just talking. We was talking about Boosie book being #1. And we was talking about all the struggle that we've been through, the potato chip deals with James, the liquor deals with Forte International, the liquor deals with Pixie Paulo, and all the things, all the parties we did, all the moves that we done made, and the deals that I had to be silent and people didn't have to know I was involved in. He said we finally, getting our recognition. We on Beehive, we on Off the Porch, we on all these different shows, 85 Soft, we about to go on Drink Champs. And Boosie is trending right now. So what better time to be, to have an artist under your roster than now than an artist like Boosie. So, all that stuff that I do for them, it come back in situations like that,
Absolutely.
So, a lot of times, like I be getting checks, right, money, from my publishing, right?
Yeah.
Stuff I did years ago, or my book sales, I might do some stuff on, I might post Candy or I might post H2O, and a video might do maybe 3,000-4,000 views. Out of those 3,000 views, I might sell 300 books on her end and 300 books on end. And I'm getting money, maybe because I'm being generous. And I'm not thinking about the money, I'm just thinking about the look, the optics of how I'm gonna have them looking to the public and how we attract the people that we're trying to attract, which is the whale. Yeah. When you're trying to catch a whale, you need a net, you can't use bait. So, anything that's small goes out the net, but the whale get caught up in the net. So, I'm putting the net out there, but in the process of me putting the net out there, I'm receiving benefits, and so when I do stuff for kids, it always be reciprocate and reciprocity by way of energy.
As a literary agent in the game, though, now, I mean, you got some of the biggest books happening in these streets, Ken. What has it been like for you just, experiencing this new level of success again, just in a whole different arena as a coach versus a player?
Well, I've been a celebrity, practically, 20-some years, My first brush of celebrity was Pimps Up, Hoes Down.
That's right.
Which was seen by over 1 billion people. And the first time I experienced celebrity, I was in Vegas at the Tyson fight. And some white men came up to me and asked me to take a picture of me. I said, hell no, FBI. You serious, motherfucker? Get your bitch ass away from me. But then, some more white people came and then black people came. Everybody want to take a picture with me. And I'm like, damn, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? And everybody knows she'll tell you that I'm not tripping on celebrity. I'm out there selling DVD. I never even consider myself a celebrity, but, by me being experiencing that, I understood, that, hey man, this is crazy. So I can take this same celebrity that I got and give it to them. You know what I'm saying? So I know how to, once I became a celebrity, let me backtrack. Once I became a celebrity, I knew to get on 50 Cent album. I know to get on Too Short album. I knew to get a movie with Nelly, with P. Diddy. I knew how to morph that into something else. I know how to take it to super celebrity dome, where the money is really acceleration of fame, where the money really is generated based on how famous you are. So when I get with artists in the hip hop fraternity, if they're worthy, I try to push them to the next level. Because there's levels to this shit. For real. You could be an artist, and you could be hot in your city, or you could be hot around the country. And I know what it takes because I work with Pimp C, I work with Lil Flip, I done work with a lot of artists in the industry. You know what I'm saying? I done work with practically all of them, either participating or actually management. So HHF and my organization and my artists, or my members, it's like almost like it's really easy because I'm a former celebrity. Did I ask you a question?
No, you snap. Ladies, what are y'all working on right now as we speak, though? H2O, I'm gonna start with you.
Well, right now I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm in the process of putting a project together. I want to put about 7-8 songs on a project. I do got my song, my single "Drippin' the Sauce."
That's right.
I've been pushing. That single goes the feedback I get from that single is crazy, but it's always it's always the same. It never fails. I don't care how long I've been pushing it. People just love it. But I got other songs that I've been
I don't believe
creating.
you. I don't believe you.
No, I got other songs.
I don't believe you. Can we get a freestyle?
Come on with it. I'm here for it now.
Oh, you ain't saying nothing. You ready?
Let's go.
Oh, where we going? Nowadays, I keep my focus on the hustle. Gotta stay in line so one day I don't have to move a muscle. Move your feet, lose your seat. Can't be me, bitch. Even through them telescopes, you can see me, bitch. From the attention that was mentioned, this is only the beginning. I'm a leader by example, for my team is always winning. Oh, damn. Wait a minute. Hold on.
What now?
Hold on.
Hold on. I ain't mad at you.
I wasn't ready, but no. I'm working on a project right now.
Yeah.
I'm putting it together. I got songs and singles that Ken ain't even heard. I got stuff that I'm building with artists that is so dope.
Yeah.
My girl, I Am Ching, she got 1 million views on TikTok. We got a song we're about to do. I got a single I'm about to do. I'm trying to do a song by my boy NPR. I actually already got the beat, so I'm gonna let you know now. And the verse is laid, Ken. So while you sitting there looking, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm trying to put it all together on one thing so I can be able to push a, because I got my flavor so different. You know, I got a that No Disrespect. That's another single. That's West Coast. Like that's straight. I already, that's the whole vibe I wanted to get, so I can be able to have something out there to
So why
smack.
would you say dripping the sauce and don't give us no dripping the sauce?
I mean, why would you want? Oh, you wanted dripping the sauce lyrics, but I mean, he got. I mean, dripping the sauce is out. He can always pull it up.
Say it on the mic. Don't worry about it.
Look, he want me to say. But that's the whole single that's already out, though. He can. I mean,
say it. You said it's the number. Everybody like it. I want to see.
See, Canada started something this thing.
See, he always trying to just.
Let's see what you
he
got
always
to
just trying to look. How you gonna have me to say a single that's so?
Can get in here?
Yeah, hey. So currently I have a single called Circle Out. I have a single called Want It All Out. That's what I'm pushing.
I don't believe you.
See,
Okay.
so you want to get the actual single?
Hey, man, we on Beehive show. Y'all gonna show these folks what we got.
But I mean, look, you might as well.
Go ahead.
Just play the
So,
beat.
Let it go. You hit the turn.
Want it all. I want it all. Winter, summer, spring, or fall. Ain't no ball until we fall, cause the money got me sitting top. Now I'm making big deposits. I ain't doing nothing small. So I'm screaming fucking mom. I don't answer when they call, yeah. Putting that work, going berserk, in with Kurt, friend with a Kurt, taking to church, if he on dirt, last resort, taking the car, whoa bitch, I ain't never been lazy. Lot of niggas fugazi. All these broke bitches hate me. You can never ever change me. Make say with that shit, pulling out while you talk shit. He don't put it in my face, he let me swallow them babies. Blacked out Mercedes. Bad bitches wanna date me. Fucker put it on HD. Baby mama wanna taste me. Yeah.
Both of y'all are hell out
But
here.
now, I didn't even know he wanted me to say the drip of the sauce thing. I just was saying some shit.
talk about
I ran.
it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, do it. Quit talking about it. Do it. You got an opportunity. Go do it.
Oh, Lord. All right, okay. Got him on my line cause I move like a boss. Bitch in my DM, I think the whole loss. Tis the season, got Jack and got Frost. Bitch, I'm heavy, made back like Ross cause I'm dripping the sauce. Ha. Drippin', splash. Piping the meter, I max out the dash. Yeah, I talk shit cause I'm making the bag. Whatever I'm doing, I'm making the man. Summoned your nigga, he come to me fast. Saw them jealous, I want it in bed. Told him I want it, I get it and grab. Fuck, I'm sorry.
No, you can fuck.
I'm with you. Both of y'all are here raising hell in this thing, man.
That's enough. They can buy the rest of that shit. I want to give them a drip of the South.
Now you wanted to drip on the sauce.
That we
He
want
was
it
just
all.
like, say something. I'm like, I just bust out something. But yeah, that's the sauce.
But tell him B, he's working radio. That's how it goes.
Exactly.
See, B asking y'all is like,
Yeah.
what happened with the DJ acts? Like they asked you in they asked her, we just did Boss Talk.
Yeah.
He just hit her from nowhere. His wife said, let her perform. He said, no, she said, let her perform. She was like, she have to perform. I don't believe pretty girls can rap.
Oh, stop it. That is some bullshit.
It was funny. She said, I want to see if she could rap, But nah, I'm just kidding. I just made that up.
Yeah.
But with these ladies though, Ken, how you feeling, man? I mean, pushing them forward. What's happening?
I'm feeling so fabulous. I got Richie Rich 4.9 million followers. I got PB Poodle 1 million followers. Candy 130,000 1,000 followers. H2O got thousands of followers. They experienced, they talented, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, man, this is every executive dream, you know, because, you know, when you go in the game, you got to babysit artists, you got to build them, you got to use A&R, artist repertoire, you know what I'm saying? To come and have artists that is talented, you know, they got their own clothes, their own jewelry, they you know, they got their hair done, you know, just basic stuff that executive would like in this artist. You know, Richie Rich got his jewelry, got Bentleys, got mansions, you know, we got, you know, Porsches, you know, the brother PB Pluto got everything, so I don't have to spend no money. So, you know, I think that this is God, all the chicken I get away, all the free food, I think this is God giving it back to me. Giving me the biggest independent female artist and male artist in the game, you know, and, you know what I'm saying, they some nice looking, you know, kids, man, you know, they, you know, I mean, so I'm like, man, I'm elated, man. I'm in heaven, man, because, you know, I know that after all these years, all this time I spent in hip hop, I'm about to finally get my just due.
Exactly. Yeah. Ladies, how can the people contact y'all if they trying to book y'all or follow y'all? What's happening?
I mean, definitely. First, let me tell you need to follow hiphopfraternity.com. Follow the website. It's free to become a member. Tap in. You know what I'm saying? It's just amazing. It's the support and the way that it's like a brotherhood and a sisterhood. So definitely, I'm gonna say that first. Mm-hmm. You can follow me at hard.to, the word 2.obtain on Instagram. H2O, that's what it stands for, hard to obtain.
That's hard.
I knew you would like that. Look, I knew you would like that. He said, that's hard. That's hard. Yeah. So you can follow me there. But then as far as booking information, definitely tap in with Ken. I don't handle that stuff. I'm the creator.
I feel you. What about you, Candy?
Yeah, so like H2O said, definitely tap in with HHF. You know, it's a great organization. They're not charging any money.
Anything.
You know, I've invested a lot into my career.
What was that like too? Because Ken was telling me about that earlier, when you were shelling out them bucks and not getting nowhere. Because that's one of the biggest hustles in the game, where they drain your damn pockets for no reason. Talk to me.
Beef for 100,000. She'll tell you about it. Well, that's what she.
Yeah. So it's hard, man. You know, when you're when you come up on, you know, a bag and it's like you're ready to invest in yourself. You're ready because you know this music shit ain't free. So, you know, unless you're with HHF, but
unless you with HHF,
you know, it's not free. And so when you're ready to invest in yourself and you're ready to take that next step in your career, and it's difficult. You know, I decided to get you probably know him. His name is Mr. Lee, out in Dallas, Texas. Leroy Williams. You know, I was pushing out $20,000, $10,000 here, $18,000 here, calculated up to $100,000 plus. You know, and everything that I gave to this man, I never received anything back. So it's like, damn, Mr. Lee. And the crazy part about it is, he flexed and made everybody think I was his daughter, you know, around the whole entire city, and to gain my trust type thing, you know? So it's like, it's difficult, you know, in the industry, but I will never give up. That's the thing about me. I have lost money that people, they lost $1,000. They be like, fuck this music shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but like, I lost $100K. So it's like, that's life-changing money. That's money that, you know, people don't ever see. So, you know, it was difficult, but it's okay. That's just a part of my story.
I'm with you.
And the thing about Candy, the reason what made her come down with us was, you know, she was asking me, like, trying to say, well, what's the catch? What's the charge? You know, because, you know, she had been, you know, in that situation. And full disclosure, we don't have no problem with Mr. Lee HHF. That's between her and Candy, you know. But, you know, Candy's down with us, so, you know, I mean, you know, don't fuck with her. That's all I can say. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? She's down with us. You know, we standing up for her. You know what I'm saying? All 3,000 of us. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, we down with her. But, you know, I mean, it's unfortunate that, you know, these young kids, in particular, she'll tell you when we first came here and we was telling people free food and free to get in, you know, everybody was trying to figure us out what's the gimmick. So they said, Ken, what's your game? I said, my game is no game. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a lot of game. I know the best way to beat game is with no game. So, you know what I'm saying? We was able to, you know, build this beautiful organization of ours, you know. And at the same time, you know, my son, you know, he's an artist as well, you know, Supreme. So Supreme, you know, he was paying this money for these showcases and stuff like that. Every time I call him, he paying $300, paying $200. You know, back then it was really high.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean, that gave me the incentive to come down here and do something for these kids that would be philanthropic, you know what I'm saying? I mean, so I knew I had a little money, you know, I ain't no billionaire or nothing like that, but I had a little money. So I spent a few $100,000, you know, buying posters, flyers, buying, you know, advertisement for them, you know, booking artists and stuff like that, you know, so they can perform in front of artists. I did that for a year and a half. You know, I lost a lot of money, but at the same time, I gained some great talent, you know what I'm saying? And I know that God is going to reciprocate that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not tripping on it, you know, but, you know, a lot of brothers and sisters in the industry, you know, they play this game that, you know, I work for Universal or I'm with this company, and they manipulate our children out of their money. You know, my son used to call me and say, hey man, Dad, this person is this. I said, well, if this person is this, son, and he can do all this, tell him to put his son on. You know, niggas always say, Ken, you know, this, that, other. I said, man, you know, it's two things. It's the truth and it's falsehood. Yeah. And sometimes you can be truth and the falsehood strangely mixed. I said, you know, and you know, even when people tell me they didn't mean to do something. So I was like, Ken, I didn't mean to do it. I said, if you didn't mean to do it, then go get hit by a truck, motherfucker, tell me you didn't mean to do that. But nigga, don't steal my money or don't lie to me or don't rob these kids and tell me you didn't mean to do it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Do something, nigga, that's damn near, you know, jump off that building, that tall ass building, and splash like Jello, nigga, and get up. You understand me? In the second life, nigga say, nigga, I didn't mean to do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you know, so yes, they do mean to do it. There is a lot of crooks. There's a lot of finesses, especially in this town. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that's not from Atlanta that come here lying, talking about they this and they that, and they robbing these kids, man. And you know, I just got fed up with it. So, you know, my answer to all of this bullshit is just let everybody do everything for free. Yeah. I don't even sign my artists. You know what I'm saying? People say, why you don't sign your artists? They can run off on you. If they run off, then, you know, good riddance. You know what I'm saying? You know, may God bless you. But I do that to show them that I'm not out to get them. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You can work with me and we could do it out of love. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to beat you and then prove to you I ain't going to beat you. I'm not going to put you in no crazy deal where I take your publisher. I'm not going to put you in no crazy deal where you got 10 years signing me and to get out the deal you got to get me $500,000. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that God don't like that be high. Exactly. So you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, I got to talk to my maker. It's going to be between me and God. Yep. God have a book of registry. He registered everything that we do. And just because your punishment has been delayed don't mean that the arm of God is weakened. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? God ain't never weak. So God is watching us, and you know, the more positive things we do, the more blessed we are. People say, damn, Ken, you blessed. Well, it ain't my fault. Talk to him. You know? That part. You know what I'm saying? Me, favor ain't my fault. Exactly. You know, you
favor ain't fair either.
Favor ain't fair, and you be in favor, and God bless you with this podcast. You got that 100, excuse me. Sorry about that. You know what I'm saying? And you got that podcast thing, that YouTube thing. That ain't your fault. No. Favor is not our fault. Candy, you know what I'm saying? Whatever she got going on, it ain't her fault. Because God gave it to her. Same thing with H2O. Yep. So, you know what I mean? That's why I was upset. And that's why I get upset when I see these guys manipulate people. And everybody try to tie me in. Ken, man, you need to come, man, you know what I'm saying? This is how we do this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I said, go ahead, my nigga. That's you. Do you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, I was always alone. Even back in Pimps Up Hoes days when I was in the game, you know what I'm saying? You know, I didn't shop with them niggas shop. I bought Versace. You know what I'm saying? I had custom buttons made for my suit. All my minks was custom. I never did what niggas do. Anything niggas was doing, my partners guilty for. Murray shoes. You remember Murray the Gators? Yes, sir. I model for him. I was their model. Everybody knows it's in the source magazine. I'm the only nigga in the street ever model for them. But you know why they picked me? Because I was sending money over to the main office to Luigi, the owner, telling him, I said, I want my shoe like this. How much would it get? Well, it's going to cost you $3,000. I want 3 tones. Them shoes and Pimps Up Hoes down, them 3 tone Gators, I think they was lavender and some other colors. They were about 3 different tones. I was the first one to ever do it. I'm the one that started Murray to doing 3 tones. You know what I'm saying? Ed Davis, who was my manager at the time, we went over there, we got the deal. You know what I'm saying? So I modeled for these shoes, you know what I'm saying? While I was in the streets. I was like the Michael Jordan of the game, but I wasn't Michael Jordan, I was Macca Jordan. I was the 2, 3, and a P. You know what I'm saying? So I always been different. You know what I'm saying? I talk different. Nobody talks like me. Yep. That's why I get paid millions of dollars to talk the way I talk. Come on. I'm never gonna whatever y'all doing, I ain't gonna never do it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever y'all do, I'm gonna do it different. know what I'm saying? And Hip Hop Fraternity is the only organization in the world that let everybody do this free. Now, the chapter, Street King P, he did charge, but I told him, man, we got to get rid of that. We ain't charging no more. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going to do that no more. And Street King P, he's the CEO of Atlanta chapter. I said, brother, we got to stick to what we work for. Like my mom used to say, baby, whatever it took to get your baby hooked, that's what it's going to take to keep her hooked. You know what I'm saying? That's my mom used to tell me. She said, if you start off with the flowers and the candy, you better keep them flowers and candy coming. So, you know, how we start is how we finish.
Exactly.
So, you know, as Hip Hop Fraternity, you know what I'm saying, we're going to keep on, you know, showing love to Candy, showing love to H2, showing love to PB Pluto and all of them. Cash, you know, Cash is a good guy. My son Supreme, he out there in California. So, you know, I mean, you know, all the other members, you know, that you know, they cool too. We as they begin to scale and move up in the game and come on in the ranks of HHF, we got their back too. But right now, you know, these are my leading indicators. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that I'm running with. You know, I mean, you know, it took me 2 years to pick them. So I finally got them. I got what I want, you know what I mean? And they got a lot of motion, a lot of traction. And as a businessman, I'm only making a great business decision, you know what I'm saying, to take the people that's ready.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to build an artist. Man, you know how many artists I didn't build and they ran off on me?
I was going to say, yeah, that 2 years was it was a hard 2 years. I was there, hard 2 years. And, you know, you're talking to a man that would sit there and he's sweeping up trash. He's the same man providing everything. He's staying there and sweeping up trash humbly. And, you know, folks come through and you know, I'm going to say this and I'm going to shut up. I'm going to say this though, but independent artists have a tendency, a lot of them have a tendency to feel like they're obligated to something instead of understanding that working for it because you can be as talented as you want to be, but don't for once think your talent is what's gonna make, you know, it's relationships. Yeah. People ain't building healthy relationships. And that's what tarnishes you. You can be as talented as you want, there's plenty of talent on every corner, but the relationships, and that's what people, it was hard building those relationships. He'll build them and people would just, you know, take advantage of it and they'll think, like I said, think they're obligated to this and you ain't even really, you know, putting in the work, but you feel like, you know, it's all about you. But when you're dealing with he has a room full of 20-some artists, you know what I mean? And everybody can't feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody can't be a chief. It got to be some Indians running around. You know what I'm saying? So this was an issue. But yeah, it was a hard 2 years.
Are you familiar with Akon? You know Akon, right?
Yeah.
You know, Akon, he went to Africa, right? And he got $1 billion from China. I mean, he went to China and got $1 billion from China to light up Africa. That's you know what I'm saying? So he had these solar panels, and he lit all these cities up. You know what I'm saying? And over 100 to 200 million people got light. You know, from electricity. So what that did, right? That allowed those people in Africa to have cell phones. Now they can plug their phones up, and that created other businesses. You know what I'm saying? And it created other things. You know, Akon finna start Akon City. Yeah. He's finna start the A-Coin. You know what I'm saying? So we understand that, you know, hip hop is what I call the new Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? Kanye West, right? He started the Yeezys. Facts. He's worth $9 billion right now. Gap just gave him a multi-billion-dollar deal. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is the new Black Wall Street. Yeah. You know, Dr. Dre, Beats by Dre, you know, he sold that company for $3 billion. You know, 50 Cent was involved in vitamin water that sold for $1 billion. You know, he made over $100 million. You know, so we look at the things that we have done in this culture, you know, as businessmen and businesswomen, you know what I'm saying? We can see that this culture is our culture and it's our call. So when we think about hip hop fraternity, you know, we're thinking about an organization that created a situation for America where black folks, you know what I'm saying, we were separate, you know, divide and conquer, the East Coast versus the West Coast, Bad Boy versus a Death Row, you know, Cash Money versus No Limit. And what hip hop fraternity did, you know what I'm saying, we created a different conversation. You know, we went and found the word hip hop fraternity. Can you believe that it was available to be purchased? So we purchased it, and now we have the registry, you know, it's registered to our company. So the point that I'm trying to make is that, you know, we as black people, we got to understand that we got to practice financial literacy. You know what I'm saying? We got to understand, the business side of music. We got to understand about ASCAP, BMI. We got to understand about TuneCore, NFT, NFCs. And once we understand that, we understand that not only is this our culture, right? But it's a culture that has been culturated into the American culture. Hip hop is the second largest exporter of this country. I mean, out of all the things they export, hip hop is the second largest export. So when you think about hip hop being the second largest export of this country, you got to think about the value of hip hop and that this is the new Black Wall Street and that we are the leaders. We are the people that's going to change the narrative. So I tell my people, me, in hip hop fraternity, we own our own magazine, we own our own award show. Real independence is ownership. You got to own. That's how you create financial literacy. I mean, financial stability. That's how you, you get wealth. You know what I'm saying? Through ownership. There's two ways to get wealth. You got to, first of all, save. You know what I'm saying? And you got to invest.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? If you do those two things, you eventually become wealthy. So at the Hip Hop Fraternity, we want all of our people out here that's for the cause and believe in financial literacy and believe in group economics and black economics to come and join the Hip Hop Fraternity. Join us in this mission to uplift fallen humanity. We want all of us collectively to do it. And, quit believing the narrative that, Black Wall Street of 1920 was the all-be-all. That Martin Luther King is the all-be-all.
I feel you.
Because when you think about Black Wall Street in 1920 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, you got to always remember that those people, 300 of them was killed by white supremacists. When you think about Martin Luther King, who has a street practically on every corner in every hood, got monuments in Washington, was killed by white supremacists. So you know what I'm saying? It's our culture, our call. You see what I'm saying? So don't let people give you their perception or their view of what this is. You know what I'm saying? We can have our own view. You know what I'm saying? We got to believe in ourselves. We got to understand that we are the curators. We are the creators of this culture. I'll give you one example.
Talk to me.
And I'm going to leave with this. Mexicans got what? Tacos. They got enchiladas and burritos.
That's right.
Italians got spaghetti.
That's right.
Meatballs.
Fettuccine and meatballs.
That's right.
Chinese people got what? Chinese fried rice, egg rolls, and Chinese food, right?
Yeah.
We got hip hop. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
with you.
So this is what we created.
I'm with you.
So you know what I'm saying? To all your people out there, let's all love hip hop. If y'all want to donate, and if you investors, y'all want to invest in the hip hop fraternity, you know what I'm saying? Just go to the website, thehiphopfraternity.com, and type in board members, and you'll see my name, Ken Ivey. We're looking for sponsorships. We're looking for people, that are philanthropists. Y'all give money out to all these different organizations. Y'all can donate money to the Hip Hop Fraternity. And if y'all want to call me directly, my number is 404-790-9627, and you can make donations, and you can hit me up at my Cash App. Use the same number and just Cash App. No, seriously, I know I'm not hustling. No, I'm saying seriously because we at the point now where I want to spend $250,000 in her career, $250,000 in her career, and I need the people to help. And that's all I'm saying. If you look at all of the other things, why did China had to give Akon $1 billion worth of solar panels when we got people, that's worth $1 trillion? The black dollar, our GDP is $1 trillion a year.
Yeah.
We spend almost 98% of that with other communities.
That's right.
When you say why these Europeans are living so well, you go out to the suburbs where they living off 100% of their money and 98% of your money. People, the Chinese, their money bounced 15 times before they leave their community. Asian money, Italian's money bounced maybe 10 or 15 times. Jewish money 20 to 15 times. Black money, twice. So we only spend 1.5% of our wealth back with each other.
Right.
That's a travesty. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so this is an opportunity for y'all to use that number 404-790-96. Why are you laughing? 27 and donate to the Hip Hop Fraternity.
Absolutely.
And make sure you put under there for HHF. And whether you want to donate $1 million, you want to donate $1, we take it all. You know what I'm saying? And I promise you, y'all know I've been giving my money away for 2 years. The money gonna go to a good cause.
I can dig it. Beehive Radio Shouty, Ken Ivy, Candy, H2O. HHF. I'll let y'all in a minute, man.
Oh yeah, go get Boosie new book. You know what I'm saying? Me across the track is already pushing #1. It's #2. And go get my man whose book is already #1. Ice T Split Decision. Y'all make sure y'all holler at us, man. Hey man, these is books that we was able to put together, and I want to show y'all something. You know, people always like, man, Ken and Boosie didn't do that book together. Well, Ken is in the book with Boosie.
In the book. Don't play with him.
It's in the book with Boosie.
Exactly.
Big HHF shit.
Yeah, that part.
Okay, now we got Rich in this building, man. I mean, Rich, what the hell's going on, man?
Hey man, a little bit of lot of nothing and a whole bunch of something, man. It's HHF, man. We in the building. What's good?
I mean, I know you've been out here working as always. I mean, Ken was telling me about these ladies right here that's going crazy. What are your thoughts as the president of HHF about Candy and H2O?
Man, I think we got a good thing going, to be honest. Like, you know, you always got to have that other counterpart, you know, and I definitely got to have somebody to match my swag.
Yeah.
And y'all see how they coming?
That's
they
right.
definitely match the swag. And when you got beautifulness with handsomeness, how can you lose? You know what I'm saying? Like, they look at them. They here to stay. You know what I'm saying? They trying to make their mark in the game too. So we nothing but supporting it. And at the end of the day, we know that it takes both parts. Mm-hmm. And when you understand that part, you can add to it. And I think that they add to our flavor. So, hey, you got Pimpin Ken and Richie Rich and PBE Pluto.
Come on.
And you got Jet Boy Cash. Come on, man. What can we lose? How can we lose?
Not happening.
We can.
Not happening. What you got coming up? What you working on though, Rich?
I'm working on everything. I got Living the Moment right now, going crazy. We trying to take it through the moon. Like, I already set the plateau for it to be 5 billion streams.
But
and
talk to me about how you've been maneuvering on that social media with Living the Moment, because I mean it shows up on that timeline at the right time, and I mean the song. I love the damn song, so break that down to me.
Nah, it was a strategy marketing wise, because in the beginning when I first was dropping the song, of course everything was about the dance and the dance and the dancing. So I was like, how I'm gonna maneuver in this same game and not have to spend so much on getting these influencers to dance and do all this. I took it back to the meme campaign, and before I knew it, it was a trending topic, and now everybody was expecting to see something crazy anytime I posted it, but they was also getting inspired because of the song was so impactful.
That's right. That's right. How can these folks contact you though, Rich, if they need to holler at you, player?
Oh, they can contact me any and everywhere. Anything on social media gonna always be NPR_Richie, RICHE_Rich. But then, if you outside or you anywhere in the house, I'm always particularly up in the attic with your grandma, in the basement with your granddad, I'm outside with your pops, I'm in the living room with your uncle, man. We working, we everywhere. It's nowhere I'm not at, you know what I'm saying? And I'm on Beehive right now, so you know I'm outside.
Outside.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.